Welcome back to my classroom. Today I'm going to talk to you about IT issues and just general things to do in the classroom. So stay tuned. So let's talk about how to start the class before we even talk about IT issues. So this is the Start Class button right here. Above it where mine says more than 19 hours, well, in real life, you'll have a countdown to start class time. Okay? I usually hit it about 20 seconds before it counts down so that it gives time for the slides to load. Now you can hit it right at 0 if you want to. I just prefer to do that. But keep in mind when you hit start class, it automatically opens your video and your sound. These will automatically open. You can quickly click them off, or you can put something over your camera, or until you get a chance to click them off if you're going to click it early, or if you're using some type of software program. That's not it. Hang on. You can do something like this. Make a little screen to place in front that opens up here in this window up here. So that gets you started. If you are checking your in settings right here, just understand that even though your camera might be closed, they can see this right here. So just make sure you understand that. It's fine, just letting you know. A lot of people don't know that. If you're in the classroom, just assume you're being recorded at all times. Like right now, I'm in this classroom early. I'm pretty sure I'm being recorded though, just in case. Now let's say that you are having some issues. Now, there's a couple of things you can do before you call the firemen. The firemen are the IT people. Before you call them, you could try a couple of things. You can hit refresh if you think it's on your side. You can try and change the lines. To do that, you click here on lines. There's line 4, 5, and 8. Now, when your video is open, right here in this area, you will see a number. That is your ping. The ping you want to be low. That's kind of your latency. You know, how well is the information flowing back and forth? Okay. For me, 8 is the lowest, but anything under 100 is good. As long as your number is green, it'll turn, I think, orange. If it's getting a little high, you're still okay. You might have some issues. If it is red, you are having some issues. You've got some problems on your side. But there might be a reason you might need to call the firemen. Maybe you've tried all those things and there's still a problem. Maybe your student over here is going offline. It'll say offline, but then they'll pop up. Or it says offline, but you can hear them. Or their camera is frozen. Or anything unusual like that. Maybe you can't hear them. Maybe you can't see them. Maybe you can't see your slides. Well, if you can't see your slides, hit refresh because the slides pop up once you hit start. But you know, technology, there's always a snag. Click refresh, try changing the lines. If your student can't see the slides, you can try and refresh, but that doesn't really refresh always for them. So if you have an external camera, I just turn it around and show them this button, refresh. Sometimes they still don't understand. And if that's the case, I call the firemen. When you click on that, which I can't today because it's not a real class, you will get choices. You will get choices for can't see the student, can't hear the student, student can't see me, student can't hear me, just unstable. Everything's just unstable. Maybe you don't know if it's your side or their side. You appear to be fine, but and there's an other, and then there is safety concern. If something is happening on the other side of the screen and you feel the student is unsafe, you can choose that button. If you're having behavior issues, you can click the fireman, but of course, like with any classroom, try to get their attention and get them to do it. But if they're being, you know, like really rude or, you know, doing something inappropriate, then you definitely want to do that. Make sure you read your contract. There are some things that are super inappropriate that you can just say, classes ended due to unexpected reasons. Type that in the chat box. Call for the firemen. You can exit the classroom depending on whatever that situation is. So make sure you check in your under support on exactly what that is. This is where you do your feedback. You click on it. This one is a assessment that I have tomorrow. So this is the assessment question. So if you've never seen that, you just click on these there. If you're having problems, like this doesn't come up, I've never not had it come up, okay? But if for some reason it doesn't, just try to jot notes down on how they're doing. You know, if they did well, just know in your head they did well. They got that question right. But if there was one they were struggling, just put like struggling on question 2, and then when you go and do feedback, it should be working then. The advice button is if you have any advice for after the lesson. Maybe one of the slides had a mistake on it, or maybe you're like, that slide was way too hard. We could not figure that slide out. Or just anything like that. You can click on there and choose that. So IT issues, when you have them, you want to come here in the corner and you want to click this button. Okay? It takes a snapshot of the screen. Now it doesn't take your whole desktop. It only does the app screen. Okay? Now you can save this or you can save and report it. So if you save and report it, you'll get a fireman like that. I did that accidentally a couple of times. So don't panic if you do that. Or you can save and you can choose a file where to save it from. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, there's a couple of reasons why you might want to do that. One of them is if they go offline, you want to take a screenshot. You want proof that they went offline, that your video here is still working, your sound is still working, you are still in the classroom. Take a snapshot. Anytime the fireman says something over here in the chat box, take a snapshot. You can always delete it later if you find out you don't need it. I keep mine about a month, if I remember to go back and delete them, in case anything comes up later in the month and saying I need to change it up. I'm trying to think of all the IT issues you might have. If you had an IT issue that I have not addressed, please leave a comment and I will, well, you probably know how you handle it now, but please leave a comment for others that watch this video so we can help them, because I can only think of what's happened to me. Anytime something has gone weird in the classroom, if my slides don't come up, I take a screenshot. If there's a student no-show, I'm taking screenshots about every 5 minutes. Sometimes I do it at like the 2 or 3 minute mark, and then every 5 minutes after that. If there is sound issues and they're trying to say that it's me, then I will turn the sound on, and when you turn the sound on, I might have to turn my video on too. There we go. You can see right here, well, I'm not being very loud. Let me be louder! You see it turn green right there? And here's that ping I was talking about there. I'm under 100, so I'm good. It's just like on line 5, I have like 12. So that's the reason why I do that one. So then while I'm going, or hello, well, I don't know, getting that loud right there, then I'll take a picture while it's green so they know that my sound is still working. And taking a screenshot takes a screenshot of this ping right here, and that also helps me. Okay? And that's just telling you I can't access that feature right now. I thought maybe I could show it to you. Screenshots are your friend, so use them. So this is not IT related. However, you might need to get out of the classroom and maybe you're brand new and don't know how to do that yet. This start button will change to finish class. So once you hit start, it'll say finish class. A pop-up will come up to confirm it in case you accidentally, because sometimes I've accidentally double-clicked the start button and then it was like, start finish? You really want to finish? You just started. So that way you can, like, no, I didn't mean to. And then you come over here and exit out of the classroom. Now there has been on rare occasions where I didn't have a start button. It just was not there. Well, then I didn't have a finish button either. It's really just to kind of get everything kick-started. The time I didn't have the start button, my slides automatically loaded. So it was just a glitch in the system. So don't worry about that. Your time is still going. Still watch your time. You've heard my trick. I use my watch. You could use a phone or any alarm that's kind of silent. Mine's on vibrate, so I just feel the little haptic on it at 25 minutes to like, yeah, I need to wrap it up. And this is what you do for IT issues. I haven't had to contact the firemen too much. If you contact the firemen, maybe you can't see the student or maybe they logged off and it's been like 2 minutes and they haven't come back and you called for the firemen, you can cancel them again. Just click on the contact fireman button over here again. You can choose to cancel, and then because maybe your problem got solved for whatever reason, I've had that happen a couple of times. I tried to type in the chat box what the issue was first before I contact the firemen, because some firemen will automatically just switch lines or switch you to the old classroom without even really reading what the issue is. You know, them accidentally logging off because you saw them hitting buttons and then boom, they were gone. It doesn't need a classroom switch. But sometimes they'll go ahead and do that anyway. If that happens, try to screenshot as you're going in case, I don't know, for whatever reason. My number one thing, if I'm concerned about an IT issue or I'm concerned about what's going on, I always. Now, if you don't want to use the Snap tool, then learn how to do it on your computer. On a Mac computer, I can either do snippets with Shift Command 4 and then I can draw a box around what I want to take a picture of. Or if I just want to capture my whole desktop, I can do Shift Command 3. So learn your computer if you just want to do keys so you're not having to click over there all the time. Thank you for watching today. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. See you next time. Bye.